My name is Sudi. If you're new here, right? My name is Sudi, and Sudi is so many things, a jack of all trades. But mainly, I'm an online hoover right now. I do a lot of marketing online, and sometimes when I get time, I do this. I create some video for my YouTube channel. There's so many other videos. After this, you can still go through them. Yeah, and enjoy. Leave a comment, share, like. Huh? I want to advise women. This is how not to kill your husband, the Kenyan way. So the past 1 week, Citizen TV has been running a documentary entitled Jen and Solomon, from a crime story that happened way back in 2016, in which a wife was accused, or rather is accused of having killed her husband. They were all high school principals. Yeah, one, the wife Jen, and the husband Solomon. Because this documentary has been done by other three media houses, I've watched it on KBC, Kenyan Broadcasting Corporation. They did that documentary way back. NTV did the same documentary way back. And also Inoro TV also did the same documentary way, looking at the same crime story. So I was like, why has Citizen TV decided to do this particular story? Maybe there's an angle to it. There's some guys on Twitter talking about maybe there's a political motive behind it, because why would a media house repeat the same story done like 7 years ago? Now, have they come up with a new evidence? And then maybe they want to give us a new angle of the same story, or try to prove the court's different. Actually, the courts found that the wife, Jen, had meticulously planned the killing of the husband because of a love triangle. My interest was driven in trying to show a third angle, or rather prove the lady innocent or guilty from whatever she said. Actually, she opened up, she came up to speak. So my angle was to look at, really probe her story. Does her story really add up? And if it does, was the judge wrong in making that conclusion that she's guilty? So let's get into it. Hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel, huh? Thank you for clicking on my video, and I hope I will not disappoint by the end of this particular video, right? Good. If you're new and you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please kindly do that. Huh? Just subscribe and let's go together. We are way above the 200 mark. Our target is now 500, and we shall be there very soon. In any crime story, there are always two angles to this particular story when most investigators are looking at it. When criminal investigations are looking at it, they look at the motive of the killing. And two main motives don't avail them. Number one is normally love, crime of passion. And then two, there is business rivalry when it comes to do with money. So those are the two main reasons why people kill. And most ladies, they'll kill because of love and because of business competition. So that was the starting point, square one for crime investigators. So number one, in the story, there is a story of an M-Pesa lady called Margaret. Apparently, Margaret is accused of having an affair with Solomon. Jen avoids talking about the M-Pesa lady Margaret. Totally, she never mentions her anywhere. She brushes off as being a liar. Even after the lady confirming that Jen sent her messages, and Safaricom have proven that Jen sent Margaret messages, Jen went to Murang'a DCI and had Margaret arrested for allegedly belonging to an outlawed Mungiki sect, and then having an affair with a married man. That's not a criminal case, by the way. Having a relationship with a married man is not criminal. It's not. It's just a moral issue. So the police in this case were being used to harass Margaret. So in the whole documentary, Jen avoids talking about Margaret. And this is suspicious, right? Because I'm sure maybe she doesn't want to contradict herself. Because apparently Margaret is still alive. Huh? She can also give her side of the story. From her own analysis, there was, and it is undoubtedly true, that there was a relationship between Margaret and Solomon. However short-lived that relationship was, there was, because of one thing, right? Where there is smoke, there is fire. Two, the same town they're talking about, that is Kiriaini town in Murang'a Mathioya constituency. I've lived in Kiriaini for the past 5 years, from 2018 to 2023. I've lived in Kiriaini, and that town got the whole nation talking. And I also got interested. Actually, I've seen that M-Pesa lady, and I've heard stories. So it is true from the ground that the lady had an affair with the principal. However short-lived it was, there was something that caught the attention of Jen. Number two, if you want to kill your husband, Please don't involve third parties. Third parties are only there for the job. When they get the money and their own life is threatened or their own freedom is threatened, they will set you up. Your plan will crumble. And this is evident in Karis, who was paid more than 50,000 shillings, came back in court and disowned the employer, allegedly, Jen, and said, "No, Jen, I'm sorry, but this is what you did. I was just a messenger." Yes. And Karis got into a plea bargaining argument and she only got 7 years. Jen and the other guy got 30 years. So if you want to kill your husband, do it yourself. Huh? 3. Now, if you want to kill your husband, please don't create suspicious moves. Don't create suspicious moves. Huh? Jen went to visit her husband past midnight on the 7th of November 2016. She went to visit the husband past midnight when she allegedly had the killers inside the car. And this caught attention of the watchman at the Kiru Boys High School, where the principal used to live, Solomon in this case. So the watchmen became suspicious. They appeared in court. They said this was so unusual. Number 4. She says this, when she arrived at the gate, on this particular day she's coming to see the husband, the watchmen were there, the ones who opened the gate for her. And then when she got out and parked the vehicle, she says,
"But I drove the car, nikaingia kwa gate, nikapark gari. As usual, courtesy call. Nikateremsha, na stima iko bado on, nikateremsha kio. And the watchman anakuja, "Hello, habari yenu?" Na
my question is this, those people who have vehicles or who have experience with tinted vehicles, when you are outside the vehicle and the lights are on, are you able to see the people inside if the windows are not down? If the windows are up and are tinted, is it easy for you to see inside? Her own words, the watchman asked her as a salutation that habari yenu.
And the watchman anakuja, "Hello, habari yenu?"
Yenu in this case refers to plural of people in Kiswahili. So, did the watchman see other people inside the vehicle to refer to them as habari yenu? Yeah, this is her own words.
And the watchman anakuja, "Hello, habari yenu?"
But she says she was alone in the vehicle. She says this, when she was not feeling well, the husband proposed that she goes out to look for milk. And my question is this, as a husband, your wife is not feeling well. Do you let her leave the compound to go and search for milk at a town that is close to 5 kilometers away, past midnight, 1 a.m. in the night? Do you allow her to do that? Or you are the one who steps out as the man to go and take care of your wife? Perhaps at least drive with her. She says the husband asked her to go out and go and pick milk. Actually, he directed her. My question is this, how weak was the husband not to help the wife, to go out and take care of the wife? Rather, it is the wife who decided to go out and drive past 1 a.m. And I'll tell you one thing. From my experience, 5 years experience staying in Kennedy Town, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., you will not find a shop open. You will not find a shop open. You will not. Maybe in the hospital. Yeah, since then they just start selling milk in the hospital. Or maybe she was going for medical attention. Yeah, she wasn't going for drugs. She was going for milk specifically. That's what she said. In her own defense, that another angle of this particular crime story is that she doesn't believe that she's the one who killed. Of course, she exonerates herself. She doesn't say that she's the one who killed the husband. She says this, that she knows there are abductors who abducted her husband and killed him before dumping the body at Karakuta Coffee Plantation. That there is a cartel of school principals who are not happy with apparently the location of the station of this particular couple, and therefore they were working on having them moved by force. That is her story. When she gave the phone of the abductors to the DCI, she was threatened by the same abductors that she will regret. Yeah, she was threatened that she will regret, and that's why she backed up. My question is this, your husband, the father to your kids, his life is in danger, and then you stop making a follow-up because apparently your own life has been threatened? Oh, really? If you want to kill your husband, make sure that you don't move around with your registered electronic device, nor the victim's electronic device again. Don't communicate with the accomplices. Those people whom you have hired to commit the offense or the crime, please don't communicate them with your registered phone number. There is something called phone triangulation. they'll be able to pin you down together using your electronic devices, because when the phones are together, they're using the same mast to do the communication, or rather connect to the same mast that is in that particular vicinity. So it is very easy for investigators to pin you guys together, and they'll be able to make their judgment or the conclusion or the assumption that you guys were together planning the murder. Lastly, Citizen TV asked this question: 2-3 years into her incarceration, if she still believes that she's innocent, then why hasn't she made an appeal to the case? 2 years later, she hasn't made any appeal. And she still defends herself that she's innocent. Oh, girl, really? 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 Oh, boy. Audio well. How about here? I don't think this is the best angle, right? Now, so this is on test drive number 1. So there are 5 things